Um, your boy Bruce Wayne. I'm here with the hip hop legend, fellow Bronx native. And, you know what I'm saying? Fellow Bronx native and hip hop icon. One half of the legendary group. Probably needs no introduction, but shouts out. We got my man Greg Nice in the building. Greg, what's going on, baby?
Everything is gravy, man. I got no complaints other than the same complaints everybody else got in this world right now.
You know what I'm saying? Man, thanks for joining me. This whole COVID thing, how have you been holding up? How have you been handling this situation?
I mean, I'm holding it steady. You know?
Yeah. This new unnormal, because I refuse for this to be the new normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It can't be.
But let's get into it. We know you're from the Bronx, so
okay.
It almost seems silly to ask you what influenced you, because I'm from the Bronx and you already know. But the music is just
right.
sort of around. But what influenced you? You know, what got you into this? Made you fall in love?
I mean, you know, as a child, growing up in the Bronx and in Harlem, and just being a New York City kid at that time, you know what I mean? I'm a '60s baby, so that whole time of when it was happening, that's what was happening. With me, I either wanted to be a fireman or a cop or something like that, you know. But seeing like my man JC and Playboy and Tony Rome and these dudes coming through the block with the dollies and the ass kicker speakers on the dolly and crates of records and putting a rope around the fence and putting a brown paper bag over the light, seeing when the light was getting dark outside and you know it was going. You hear the music echoing off the buildings. You know, every other building was abandoned, every vacant lot. It was just, that was what was happening. You wanted to do that.
Yeah, say no more. Like I said, fellow Bronxite. I'm from Bronxdale Project, so that's Disco King Mario and all that. You know what I mean? Zulu Nation, right there, Bronx River, all that.
Yeah.
Any particular artist though that you saw? Anyone that you was like, yo, man, I want to do this? Was there a particular artist or that that influenced you as far as a hip hop artist, or maybe someone pre-hip hop that just made you want to be an entertainer? You know what I'm saying?
That's like a basic setting, being a young black person in the hood. And you know, you listening to Earth, Wind and Fire, you listening to Cameo, you listening to the Delphonics, you listening to all of this kind of stuff that was happening, and the SOS band and everything that was, music is phenomenal, man. It moved the world. So that wasn't a hard thing to want to do. Some people have that instinct or have that thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell God all the time, thank you for putting that in me.
Yes, indeed.
You know, he put that in me. He could have did a whole lot of other things. You know where you come from. No matter what hood is at, no matter what state, what city, you have an opportunity to always go to the left. And it just so happened to push me to the right. Okay. And I was blessed to do that. So it was different people that I liked. You know, everybody in the Bronx always, you know, just like dudes from the Bronx and things like that. I was a Force MCs fan. I like the Force MCs. So. Yeah, and that definitely played a part in me doing the situation with Smooth, you know. It definitely had that kind of feeling to it. And then when that time came, when I got to know them, that was my Grammy right there. When you loved and respected by your peers, I don't care about no statue or nothing on the TV and things that they make up. If you wasn't there and you trying to tell me what my credibility is, it don't matter to me. It's about your peers. When your peers is rocking with you, that's it. I don't care about nothing else.
Expand on Smooth Beat. Smooth Beat, was there a relationship before music, or
no. Music made it happen.
Okay.
We were roaming the same streets though, you know. If you was living uptown anywhere in the Bronx, you know, if you was about it, especially in that time and era, you was a New Yorker, so you was getting on the train. I don't care if you was from Bronx River, or if you was from White Plains Road, or if you was from Mount Haven, no matter where you was from, you would get around. You would be moving around. Yeah, everybody had a bus pass or a train pass going to high school. You know what I mean? So you was moving around. That was the difference today. You know, everybody home playing video games and on their computer all day long. You know, our exercise and having fun was moving around. That's why, you know, dudes from all different boroughs, and that's how we was getting down. So initially, you know, we linked up through a mutual friend that was like, you know, I got this kid I want you to meet. I think you and him can hit it off. So I'm like, all right. So he was already doing his thing. He was up there on Harper Avenue. He was in the Vernon. He was in Mount Eden. He was everywhere. You know what I mean? So we linked up. You know, I was doing the same thing. I was running around with Tila Rock. He was running around with Bobby Brown. I was with Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic 3. I was with Tito from the Fearless and OC and Crazy Eddie and Special K from the Treacherous and Tito Rock. I was with all them dudes. So
you was already in Special Company. You was already in the mix.
Yeah, I you know, from a kid in the 9th grade, just already knowing this is what I was gonna rock with. You know what I mean? So when we linked up, you know, it was kind of meant to be, because he's always been smooth, always been nice. So, you know, he was doing his album already. Bobby Brown was producing his record and stuff. And they was on the road. Matter of fact, they was on the first solo tour that Bobby did with Ready for the World. So I would come by the crib maybe like on a Monday or Tuesday, because that'd be the off days from the tour. And I might not be on the road with T or something. I go by and I play a beat. I'm like, yo, check this beat out. Get ready to rock this joint. He's like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah. I'm like, you want to rhyme on it? He's like, yeah, you know, that's dope. I'll rhyme on that. Come on. He's like, look, it'd be dope. Nice, smooth. It'd be dope. So we could do it like that. Yeah, so. You know, and we just started doing another one. I played another one. He's like, yeah. I'm like, get on that one too. And before you know it, it's becoming a project. So people fail to realize, they only know what they see and what they hear. Mm-hmm. So I say this to say, like, he was already doing his own career before we did the record. Mm-hmm. But the record is what the people got to know. So that's what they solidified, and they kind of like typecast you to that. Yeah. So everybody be like, yo, Smoke B got a new joint out, man. Yo, I'm like, yeah. He should have had it a long time ago. You know what I mean? So the thing that happened with us is it was like a bridge. Yeah. We got to make that product, and it became a demand. So why not ride it? Yeah. We're gonna ride that. Most definitely. And that's how that happened. So my man Lance Romance put us together. It was a good look.
And what I love about Nice and Smooth, like you said, it was put together, but it never seemed like it was put together. It never seemed artificial. It never seemed forced. And you guys also came in the game where it was like originality was a plus. Yeah. It was original. Y'all had your own distinct sound from jump. So that definitely stood out immediately, and it didn't sound forced. Your energy, you're known for your energy. Love your energy. Hip hop, love your energy. Smooth, that's what it is. So it didn't sound forced. So it was like a perfect blending and a perfect mesh. And
a dope contrast.
Yeah. See, now that you give them the backstory, you would think y'all were like, from the outside looking in, somebody might have thought y'all were cousins. Or dudes that, you know what I'm saying? It was that official and smooth and just that authentic. So that's dope. As far as releasing that single, Dope on the Rope.
So I always had a lot of different beats because I was doing the human beatbox, you know what I mean? Like all that early time from 84 on, I was doing the beatbox. So I was going to different jams. I was going to different joints, rocking at contests. I was rocking at all the different block parties.
Pardon me, Greg. I'm gonna let you pick up from there, but I just want to let the viewers know, right? When you say you're doing the beatbox, back then, that was like so super essential. They might think that the person doing the beatbox was just a footnote. Oh, okay, he's doing the beatbox. Nah, the beatbox was essential. So I just want the listeners to know that was essential. That was a craft within itself, which is kind of a lost art. And back then you was doing it. So that's it. I be wanting to you want to drop the knowledge on the people that you were like, he was doing the beatbox. Okay, nah, that was serious, family.
Oh yeah, it was a phenom at that time. It was a phenom where you can count on one hand of who the dudes were. So it wasn't records being done at that time, really. The only person that had a record that came, Dougie came with a record. And that was one single that he did. Everybody crowd around, everybody just crowd around. 1, 2, 3, 20 people, check this out. That was the only thing that was happening. So it wasn't, Fat Boys wasn't happening yet, at least not, you know, all over the city. Nobody knew about them. But, you know, so I was going to these different jams, and I was going to the Mike and Dave jams in Harlem. I was going to all of the spots up on Baychester. I was going everywhere doing it. And like I said, Special K from Treacherous 3, I met him in a house party.
Okay.
And my man and shit, God rest his soul, my man Pee Wee, he just passed away. He was like a loudmouth dude, man, in my hood, and he would just go everywhere to the jams and be like, let my man grab the mic. My man is ill. And I'd be like, man, calm down, man. So we was at that house party, and these dudes was in there, and it was 1984. It's Yours just came out.
That was a support system, though.
Yeah, it was 1984.
Nice to your boy. You still had a support system. Let my man grab that.
Yeah, because
that dude.
he would be there in front of the building, like, you know, he'd be there all the time. And he's like, damn, man, you be killing that shit. So they was like, yo, my man, you know, get busy. It's like, I bet you he ain't nice as Dougie and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, they got me on the mic. And the next day, you know, Special K called me and whatnot. I think I was in the 10th grade. Yeah, Special K called me. And I missed his call. So he called back the next day. I met up with him down on 125th. I went to OC and Crazy Eddie's house. They took a liking to their young brother.
Yeah.
And they had a lot more interest than what K and K had. But, you know, I still got love with K all day long. It's just that OC and them, they saw something else.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you know, that same night I'll see fucking Tito will come over the crib. I'm like, oh snap, it's Tito. Yeah. You know, and then Mike C will come over and Peso come over. It's like, yo, that's the Fearless Four, man. And they had rocking it out. Everybody was going crazy. They was the hottest things happening and all that.
Hell yeah. I just touched that. But yeah, definitely the hottest thing going on.
Next thing you know, I'm at the Roxy with these cats. I'm in the Fun House. And I was already going to the Disco Fever, the original Disco Fever, doing a human beatbox in a contest at the Gong Show. Every Wednesday, they had the Gong Show. I was going in, I was winning. All the time, I was winning.
Fresh out the 10th grade.
Yeah, I was winning, man. It was crazy, man. And that's when I started meeting all of the cats. Miss Pac-Man just came out. It was dope.
Hell yeah. You took it back with that joint.
I used to hang with him all the time, though. But like I said, when I was doing the beatbox, I was going everywhere. Jams in every borough, tearing shit up. So I met Biz at one of these events, and we were in a contest, and they had a runoff between like me, him, and this other guy. And yeah, it was me, him, and another guy. And I took the second place trophy, I believe, and Biz took the last one. And that was it. And you know, he's like, yo, give me your number, man. We got to stay in touch. And I'm like, all right.
So you basically came out ahead of Biz.
Oh yeah, most definitely in the contest, yeah.
Yeah.
But from there we built a bond, and I would pick him up from the train station at 167. I took Biz to the Disco Fever. First time ever in his life. Oh. They didn't want to let him in. And I'm like, this is my boy, man. He's going to be down with Mr. Magic soon. I'm telling you, and all of this. And he was like, I don't know. He got to pay. He got to pay.
What was the beef? Why they won't let him in? Was it anything specific or just like?
No, you saying he got to pay.
He got to pay like he weighed.
I was like, this is my boy and all that. Because I was going all the time. I was winning. So I'd be like the youngest dude there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you was already celebrity status. He should have just been like, you know what I mean?
I had an extra a card that you have that you could get in free. And I gave that to him. And I was like, now he could get in, right? And then he was like, yeah. And we went in. And then used to go to jams with me like on Webster. He would come uptown, take him to the jams up there too. At 147 at all these different schools in the schoolyard. Used to bring him. You was rocking. And
you
And then right after that, Latin Quarters started getting popular. And we would go to Latin Quarters, and he used to say, yo, we got to do a beatbox record. We got to do a beatbox. I'm like, that can't happen, man. I don't think that. And then one day he came, that's when the Sony Walkman came out, the waterproof yellow one.
Yeah.
He came in and he had that joint. He was like, yo, listen. And he had a beat in the headphones. Like, listen to the beat. And it was like, boom, boom. That's from the I want to. It was the beat. And he said that he saw Marley Marl and he had a beat. And I'm like, get out of here.
You just mimicked it. You just mimicked it. And it
then the rest of the rest is history. The rest is history. That's what happened with that. And we still, like this to right now.
Yeah, shouts out to Biz, man. Last I heard was he was with the health situation.
Yeah, this that time and age. You know what I mean? This is that cryptic time right now in all of our lives right now. This is when you'll be losing people, friends and family, and this is when you get your things together, man. Get your life together, get your spirit together, because it's no telling. Tomorrow ain't promised. All praise.
Tomorrow's never promised, but one thing you've done, and that's why I'm glad you're here, because we expand on your legacy. Because what is promised, what you laid the foundation for, is immortality through music, brother.
Yeah.
because even when you make your transition, it's still gonna be dudes out there somewhere hearing that Greg Nice. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna let's take it back to the old school. Let's take it to Union Square. You're gonna have to do that.
It's still gonna be that energy. You know what I mean? But the list of hits is crazy. You know what I mean? As far as you and Smooth, the list of hits is crazy. But I know you said you met Big Daddy Kane later on. But how did that take place? Was that through Biz? Was that?
Nah, man.
Just hot, and he's like, yo, I want these dudes on the record.
Nah. Man, we used to hang every day, me and him at his grandmother's house, and we used to go everywhere, man. I mean, we used to get a limo and drink Moet and ride around the city and listen to cassette tapes. I remember we used to ride around and sit in the back and play Men at Work, Coogee Rap.
Yeah, that was the joint.
We used to be sitting in the back of the limo, and Kane used to be like, God damn. Kane used to be like, this motherfucker right here. God damn.
But yo, that's a tidbit right there. But what they say, steel sharpens steel. So that's probably what he needed to hear, because I'm pretty sure Coogee Rap already knew, like, Kane, I'm pretty sure what Coogee was doing was to have Kane going, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? He may not have did it in front of him. He may not have did it in front of him, but like you said.
Nah, man, he just got that shit. Kane be like, I can't fuck with that. He used to be like, I can't fuck with that, man. That motherfucker crazy right there.
Yeah, but anytime they was laid on a track together, each party held their own.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, I like chicken. I like it fried. I like it baked. I like it roasted. You know what I'm saying? Grilled. Still chicken, but it got a different thing. Yo, man, we just ate grilled chicken last night. Well, I want to eat some fried chicken tonight. Still chicken.
Still chicken. But all right, so that's basically the relationship was already.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. And I was down there, we in the studio, and I'm just going, anything goes when it comes to her. Just set a hook, and the rest was history from there, man.
Yeah, you definitely very crafty with the hooks. That's just a natural given talent. The hooks.
Yeah, that's been a blessing.
The hooks and the energy, because like I said, I've seen you perform, man, and you still, I don't know what you call that dance. Like a WAP variation, but when you get into that shit,
it's in your soul, man.
No, you be coming out with that, I don't know what you call it, a modified WAP or whatever, but it's the trademark and it's dope. You know what I mean? It's dope and the energy is dope, man. So that's pretty much God, dudes is probably always clamoring for to get the Wick, how that manifested,
I was always friends with a Guru and Premier. during the early stages of both of our careers, as far as groups things was concerned, Guru, he was in the Gong Show too at the Disco Fever. He took the bus from Massachusetts,
Awesome.
rapping in the Gong Show.
Wow.
Smooth was in the Gong Show too. I didn't even know him. He was in the Gong Show, and the funny shit is Grandmaster Caz gong Smooth, and the stick broke.
That meant he wasn't supposed to gong his ass.
That's what he said. Look, they was all in my house one day. All of them was in my crib, and we sitting in the living room smoking blunts. And then Smooth turned to him, Caz was like, "Yo, man, I got something I've been wanting to always ask you. Yo, why did you gong me in the Gong Show?" He was like, "Oh shit, that was you?"
You remember that? That might have been the only person he gonged and the stick broke. Yo, that's that was a sign from God, like, Cash, you out of order. Why you know you ain't supposed to be gonged?
Caz is laughing every day. They just pass the blunt, man. Pass the blunt. He just did it.
But it's good you can sit back and look at stuff like that and laugh it off. But
yeah, so for years and stuff, you know, Premier was like, "Yeah, we got to do a record. We got to do a record." So at the early stages like that, you know, Gangstar was more like the dudes and the street dudes, the backpack dudes, everybody like Gangstar like that. Yeah. And at that time, you know, me and Smooth had the dudes in the street, the hustlers, the chicks, the women want to be there with Nice and Smooth. It was. So he wanted to do something like that, and I was like, "We're gonna do it one day. We're gonna do it." And then me and Premier was together one day, and he had this idea with this rhythm, and he's like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, it was just like raw, nothing was to it yet, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. Let me live with it for a second." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get right back on it too." I'm like, "All right." A couple of days later, it's like, "All right, let's do it." And he had gave Guru the music and gave Smooth the music. They was cool about it. They wasn't really crazy hyper or nothing about it, but they was cool. Me and Premier was more like, this is gonna be something like. And I don't know if it's coming from the beatbox DJ standpoint, you know what I mean?
It's coming from the hook creator standpoint.
Yeah, they coming from the rap hip hop type standpoint. But we got to the session and everybody was sitting around, and I remember Premier took me and he took my hand and he put my hand on a button on the drum machine. He was like, "Hit the beat with me, come on." Now we both did it, all right? I'm like, "Yo, you stupid." "Yeah, we both did this." "Okay." It's like, boom. So they all sitting around. Everybody got their yellow pad doing their thing. This like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody like, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it like with a paper or a pen. I can't. I tried to do it because I was like, maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. But I can't. I just got to hear it and listen. Then I go, I got it. So that's what I told them. I'm like, "Yo, I got it." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Let me go right now. Let me go right while I remember everything. Let me do it. Play the beat. Hit it. It's got to be the. When I came back through the glass, I said it one time. Closed the door and walked back to the main room where they was at. I was like, "Yo." Everybody was like, everybody was bugging like, "Yeah, yeah." I remember my man was there, Dub C from the Mad Circle. A couple of different people was in the studio with us that night hanging out, just laying on the couches, on the floor. And then they all went in and started doing their thing. And the rest of that is just it's history.
That's history. That's DJs pulling back your name.
Yeah.
Forever. Greg Nice. Greg.
Hey man, you can't say peace to Red Alert. You can't Capri. You got to say that all the time.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about as far as you coming. Yeah, that too. That too. But the energy, man.
The shit down, you got to be like, "Ooh la la," because that Brother Jules record is it's like being more lucrative than that real record, the original.
But as far as the run of the jewels, like I said, it was just so great to see that they actually brought you in and then just use the sample, and they actually brought you in, put you in the visuals, exposed you to a lot of maybe the new generation and their fan base. I mean, how did that take place, bro? As far as them contacting, getting rid,
them one, thank them. Two, they as fans of Nice and Smooth, of Greg Nice, and they've been to shows and seen me in shows before. And the brother LP was like, I got to make this happen, you know. And I was talking with them, and I was talking to my boy DJ Z Trip, LL's DJ. And Z Trip was like, yo, I want to introduce you to the guys or whatever, because they got this thing and they trying to make it happen. I'm like, hey, Trip, if you say it's what's happening, then I'm with it. So he put me on the phone with them, and I talked to them. And then I was like, all right, when the time is right, we'll make it happen, you know? And then Premier's manager called me like 2 months later and was telling me about the situation and was like, what do I feel? I'm like, I'm with it. I mean, I told the guys before. And just link me up, get me on the phone with them, and we'll straighten it out. And I did, and we went forward with it and made it happen. So before this COVID thing took place, we was about to really, really do it on another level. That's why it's their first single. It's been their first single that's taken off this big too.
Yeah, I mean,
what else? It's we were getting ready to do the Stephen Colbert show the week after we shot the video. And then we were going to do the rest of them TV shows. And then that weekend we were going to do the Coachella 2 nights at the main stage. And then that week after that, I was going to go with them on some dates on a tour. They was going on tour with Rage Against the Machine for 60 days, 60 stadiums. And COVID came and said, no, you're not. Yeah, so COVID they said that, you know, they rescheduled for next year. So, you know, they was always saying, you know, hopefully you can have a single right now so you can coattail the record. Yeah. And they just give you a blast off like from there, you know. And buddy of mine, Brian Barber, he's a dope video director. Brian did a lot of things. He did mostly every Outkast video. He directed the Idlewild movie. He's a brother. And he was telling me, man, you know, you got to do something right now. You got to ride this. So I did. I was already working on a record. So got an album ready. Now I got a whole album. And the video's just been finished. It just got edited for the first song. I'm looking at it. I was looking at it today. And I'm like, wow, this is great.
Make sure you shoot that.
This is great.
Make sure you shoot that over to me so I can get it up on my website. I have a media website. Went into project. My show. I got a strong.
Yeah. Most definitely. I'm gonna get that to you.
Push that off. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely gonna get that to you, man. Super excited about that. Super excited about it. It's a good look for my peers because it'll give them a boost to do certain things. Because a lot of them are, how can I say it? They're in their comfort zone. You know, a lot of them talk about they don't want to mess up their legacy. And I'm like, I get it.
That's what we hear.
You know, I get it. Because some people need certain things to make it happen. And then some people just can make it happen. It's rare. It's rare. It's like how you have Jeremiah record out, you'll have a Usher record out, just Chris Brown record out, but then Charlie Wilson will have a record out, and it'll blend right in. Mm-hmm. Stokely will have a record out for Mint Condition. So it's just rare. Raphael Sadiq can have one out. And there's not too many, because a lot of dudes just be like, well, I'm cool with what I'm doing, because, you know, you're doing 120 shows a year. Yeah. You still got that set fan base. You make your money. Yeah. You ain't running around chasing hoes and shit no more like that. You got your family. Everybody is settled.
Allegedly. But,
yeah. You know, but you know how much energy you got at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You only could give a 1. You know what I mean? You ain't giving it 3 or 4 like you used to and all that. Come on, man. Don't lie to yourself. You telling me you're getting them Nugenics commercials and shit. Hey, I'm the big hurt.
You know what I'm saying?
You have a problem? Well, take this. You know what I'm saying?
He's being paid. He said what he got to say. But as far as the legacy, your legacy solidifying. I don't see why it would it would like, you know, they would be deterred from doing any new music or work with people.
I hear you.
Bullshit.
I hear you completely.
Don't get on no bullshit. That's all.
I hear you completely, but they think is you know, they thinking like whatever people think about it. And there's been so many different things that's came since they was in their prime. You know, so for example, it'd be like, well, Michael Jordan was in his prime, but then when he got to the Wizards, well maybe he shouldn't even went to the Wizards. He's like, I want to play ball some more. You know what I mean? I don't care. Everybody know what I did already. I want to play ball. And I want to try to play baseball too. And I feel you should be able to do that. But everybody don't feel that way. And another thing is that is this whole little cloud that's over hip hop. It's bugged out. That is only over hip hop. One is an age thing that you have to be a certain age to do hip hop. We made hip hop. We created it. So you're gonna grow with your stuff. Two, another thing is like, well, you know, I'm gonna try to do what the kids are doing. Why are you gonna try to do what they just keep doing what you do? Because it's people that grew with you, how you grew. And in rock and roll music, jazz, pop, R&B, anything else, none of them got that cloud over them.
Yeah.
It's only with the hip hop. There's always somebody sitting there to critique what you're doing.
You know what? I think that a lot of that has to do with the label factor and how the label would always be looking for like the newest, hottest hip hop person, then move the next one out. You know.
Well, they was doing that with anything. It wasn't just that. Wasn't just.
I think the artists, as far as that mentality, also affecting the artists. You know what I'm saying? Like them being like, oh, I guess that's the way it worked. But well, another artist would like, to hell with that. I ain't ready to go. I'm here. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm relevant.
You was look, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You're as good as your product, man. You're as good as your product.
And you got a timeless sound, brother. You got a timeless sound. Some people,
you're as good as your product, man. And you ride that, man. You ride that, you know?
You got a timeless sound. Some people they'll come on and they'll sound aged, or they'll just sound like what you're doing. I'm pretty sure that's why that, you know, like you said, them being fans of you, but also that, you know what I mean, you made the record, bro. And they're students of hip hop. They definitely got bars. The production was crazy. You was just the cherry on the top that just took it over, you know what I mean, over the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing. I just, you know, I ain't gonna go that depth in it, but it's a typecast that we as a people, it's just us as a people, how we do it. We treat this stuff like that. We throw everything away. If it's anything that's supposed to be older or classic, we throw it in the garbage. She'd be like, breakdancing, that's whack. Throw that in graffiti, that's whack. And all the other cultures take it.
That's why I love
somebody.
That's why I love the UK.
Yeah, somebody showed me today the biggest topic on USA Today on the Today Show this morning was a white girl doing a human beatbox.
Wow.
Yo.
Wow.
Yo. 4 million fans behind her on TikTok and Instagram and all of that. She's talking about, well, I just learned this. I learned it off YouTube. And she's like, and everybody like, this is a phenomenon. I was like,
But you know they fascinated with hip hop culture, and like you said,
hold on, that's been around for years. It's been around.
It's a black.
It's been around.
We never well, when it comes to hip hop, most black people don't value it. That's like I said, like when you go to.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a U.S. thing too, because I'm sure you know when you travel or going to the UK or abroad, they're not looking at your age, or they're looking at timeless, dope. Yeah. They respect the art over here. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're looking for the next dude with 1,000 colors on them.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And it's crazy, man. It's so crazy that it's only with hip hop though. Do the math.
I know.
It's only with hip hop.
Yeah.
You go, yo, what the hell?
And
you're the worst enemy.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you didn't fall into the funk like you said your peers.
Oh no, man.
They fell victim to thinking, I just need to be on the old school tour. You know what I'm saying? I just need to, nah, bro. I'm Greg Nice. I salute you. You hear the rumble, baby.
Right. That's why I always keep bringing up. That's why I keep bringing up Charlie Wilson, man.
Yeah.
Charlie Wilson don't enough to be my daddy.
Yeah.
And I just seen him last year because we had just did the Tom Joyner cruise.
Yeah.
And everybody and their mother was on that joint.
Yeah.
And I went out and I watched them on the main stage on the top of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
They had Maxwell and all of them performing. They couldn't hold his belt. Couldn't hold his belt.
Yeah,
I was like, that's how I want to be.
Yeah. He's
just like that. I want to be like Mick Jagger. I want to be like Steven Tyler. Right. I want to be just like all of them were doing what I'm doing.
But you're already that, bro.
No, I'm growing. I'm growing into that right now.
I like the humbleness.
I'm growing. I'm growing because one,
you are, but you already
they already in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
So I'm growing. Okay. And that's why I'm continuing to keep my health good. I'm continuing to go run 4 and 5 miles a day and do all of this so that when I do play, that's why they be like, uh-oh, you get ready to get on. Uh-oh. You know, it's about to go down.
The new project, is it titled yet? Is it titled?
I'm debating between 2 different names. And I gotta figure it out immediately now because we even got the what's the name? They got the trailer. I just got the trailer right now for the joint. So just got the trailer.
Come on, man. Send me that.
Slim goody type hoodie. I had the flipper. Search of McQueen lost the glass slipper. This that. Butter shit. Your boy Greg Millie on that other shit. Hey, I get hard when the wind blow. Who that? Looking through my window. In my rear view, yo, I see the popo. Flow 730, you can call me loco. Get it poppin', Mr. All the way turned up. Got bad bitches, but ain't got a pimp cup. I bounce on them like a Harlem Globetrotter. This that uptown shit, man, ain't nothing hotter. This that, butter shit. Your boy Greg Millie on that other shit. This that, butter shit. Your boy Greg Millie on that other shit. Hey, I still got my mojo. OG, kick the Willie Bobo. I know KC and no JoJo. I ain't easy for fucking with the go-go. Throw your hands up, swing them back and forth with me. Diddy pop, do the wop, pop lock with me. Tear the club up, yo, that's in my bloodstream. You can't see me, you're blinded with my high beam. That's that.
Yeah, man, come on, man, that's a banger. Yeah, I love the trailer. What's the name of the joint?
Butter.
See, certain artists, you could tell, to me personally, this is just my critique. You could tell, it seems to me that you might have certain artists that seems like they spend their whole career trying to find who they are and their strengths. You know your strengths, so you know who you are. And that lets me know, you already know. Like, I know my strengths, I know who I am. That right there, that's dope. That sounds like now. That sounds like today. It doesn't sound
that's what Hurricane told me. DJ Hurricane, Kid and Play, they was all with me when I was doing the video, and they was like, they said, "Yo, you're gonna win." I'm like, "What you mean?" They said, "Yo, man, this you sound like before, but right now."
That's what I'm saying, bro. I got an ear, bro. The Batman knows. That's
I was like, "Word." They was like, "Yeah." I was like, all right, you know, I believe it, but you know, here, check it out.
Shit. I don't give 2 fucks, yo, I'm on that other shit. I'm on that other shit. On that other shit. Gotta get the bag, baby, yo, I'm on that other shit. Oh, you mad, huh? Cause I'm on that other shit. I don't give 2 fucks, yo, I'm on that other shit. I'm on that other shit. On that other. They all ain't shit changed. That same old same, yo. I'm a hustle down and took the tango. A baseball cap, I don't got no tango. This ain't heater right here, don't front the bang, yo. I'm a live motherfucker, yo, wait. No one alive, I'm pulling knives up my back. I stand by the lava. I struggle through the struggle, you know. I'm a survivor. Strike to your base straight from delay, yo, that's my E-Fact. 3 decades of still touch rack. That drag nearly shit, make the church connect. Trail alone, I ain't shopping ranks. I throw my Jimmy on, yo, I don't shoot blanks. Rock the microphone, yo, it ain't no hassle. Grew up in the boogie down, the White Castle. I got some bags, baby, you don't want another shit.
Yeah, stop playing. Stop playing.
It's going, baby.
Stop
It's
playing.
going.
Stop playing and let the tiger out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But I wish I knew the name of the joint, but it's all good. As far as the album, it's just glad to hear. We definitely know you got an album.
The single's called Butter.
Butter. All right, I need you to get that.
I got a banger with your man Sheik Luke.
More like the wolf from Wall Street. Hip-hop freak getting head in the backseat. Last couple days move around like an athlete. Days this week, man, it's harder than concrete. Got a fist slam from a hump on the 5th Street. 3 decades, still standing on my feet. Come on, this that loud shit, this that wild shit, this that M shit, making the white shit. This that loud shit, this that wild shit, this that M shit, making the white shit. This that loud shit, this that wild shit, that round shit. Bust the voice, couple out and clap something if I got no choice. Fuck you mean, working my Levi jean. I used to hide my crack rocks with my pops a fiend. Now I'm on some other shit, rapping for the love of it. Big checks in the mail like fucking Danny Glover did. It's hard to hate on the God, I just stay above it. Bitch, this that loud shit.
That's dope. Yo, how many features you got on there?
3.
You got 3 features. Smooth on there, just you going.
Nah, he's not on there.
Okay. How many tracks, bro?
Right now, and I got about 17, but I'm gonna put maybe 9.
Yeah, man. Nas theory. Nas be shooting out joints. Albums be like 10, 11 the most.
That's the era we came from. The most of a great album that came in that era of greatness is Raising Hell, and it had 12 records.
Yeah. People try to do too much.
Yeah, and why would you waste it?
Yeah.
You only get paid for 10 records.
Mm-hmm.
On an album.
They chasing something. They chasing the crown. They trying to chase. They doing something.
They chasing the hype.
Point.
They chasing the hype of what they think. You know, what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And that ain't how you do it, man. You know.
What about production? Who you got on there? Offhand, do you know? Do you remember? Because I know.
Just one person. Just one person did one song. I did all of them.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you keep the budget in check. You know?
Not even so much of that. I mean, if you look at the Nice and Smooth records,
yeah,
I did the music on those records. So
yeah,
you know, you make it fit for what works for you. I make it fit for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I'll tell you one more time. I'll take you one more.
All right, it's your boy Greg Henna. Let's go. East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, down south, everybody, let's go. Hey, I get shit poppin' 247. It ain't no stopping. The party going down. The DJ rockin' and it ain't no stopping till the cops come knocking. Oh, I get shit poppin' 247. It ain't no stopping. The party going down. The DJ rockin' and it ain't no stopping till the cops come knocking. Yo, it's Greg Henna, you know the delay. Just the other day I was out in BK. Bag me a shorty look like Lisa Ray at the same time looking like Lisa Bonet. Hey, yo, this that fire. Chicks stay screaming like a stringer from the wire. You know how I do, yo. Keep a spare tire. Had a vision of love, but it ain't Mariah. Yo, I get shit poppin' 247. It ain't no stopping. The party going down. The DJ rockin' and it ain't no stopping till the cops come knocking. Oh, I get shit poppin' 247. It ain't no stopping. The party going down. The DJ rockin' and it ain't no stopping till the cops come knocking. Yo, I can't keep my hands to myself. I'm frisky. Type Pepsi, sipping on that whiskey. Born and raised in the city where the Knicks be.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yo, call me Bill Bixby. Gotta make it dance. Put you in a trance. Girl looking good in the black yoga pants.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. That's dope. I seen an interview with you. I ain't gonna say where, just because I choose not to say where. And you was talking about Tupac, right?
Right.
Your relationship with him. And I remember at some point in the interview, you was like, "Yo," he was like, "Your music is fun."
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hearing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what's up. For those at home, how did that even happen though? You and Pop, real quick. It don't have to be extended. You know what I mean?
know him for a long time. He's always been a real dude, and our bond from the first time we ever met has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's why if you look at the Juice movie, you see him walking down the street. As he's walking down the street, he's singing the lyric from "Funky for You" when I say my first verse. Then if you look in the Poetic Justice movie and you look in the bedroom over the bed, he got a poster of me over the bed. And then we did the soundtrack to that Poetic Justice movie as well. And the bond has just been that. And he told me one day, he said, "Man, you know, I don't believe you used to let me hang with you." He said, "You was hot. Nobody knew me." He's like, "That's why I love you." And I was like, "I love you too, man."
Yeah,
And that's what it was.
You was real. You kept it real. And he was a fan.
Oh, yeah.
You kept it real with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Most Bronx dudes, it's just something about the cloth we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just something about the cloth we come from. It's just real dudes, real niggas, whatever you want to call it. Your legacy. What do you want your legacy to be in hip hop? What you want to be remembered for? I hope you look like, oh,
look,
I went too
hey,
deep.
man.
I be going deep.
Look, man, I just want people to always say that, man, that dude always knew how to rock a party.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, I got my Grammy, like, when somebody that always rocked the party had an induction going on at this museum that they do in DC, hip hop.
Yeah.
And the people that's in charge of it called me and was like, "Hey, would you be able to do this, that?" I'm like, "What's going on?" This artist that we're inducting, he had to choose an artist that he wanted to induct him into the thing. And he chose you. And I'm like, "Who, what?" And it was Busy B. So I was like, "That's it." I'm like, "That's it." And then on my birthday, I heard him on my voicemail on my birthday. I kept it. And the things that he said about me on the voicemail, I just said, "Oh, man, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about who got the awards and the source. I don't care about who many mics, who's the top rapper and all that. I don't care about any of that. When your peer and somebody that you seen make it happen when it was just so pure and give you that love and that dap, the rest is history. I don't care about none of that other stuff." So that's great, man. That's all I want, man. I want people to know that I always rock the party, because that's what I like to do. I like to rock the party.
Yeah, man. But it is what it is. How can the people keep up with you, though, man? Social media links.
Social media. They could hit me up on social media at The Real Greg Nice. That's DAREALGREGNICE. That's on IG, and that's on Twitter as well. You can reach me directly at theofficialgregnice.com. That's my website, theofficialgregnice.com. So it's officialgregnice.com.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely make sure that's on the screen. All you promoters, holler at the man too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.